become a manager, man, because I need that. I need that. I need that crack. So, guys, let's talk, man. Let's talk. So, what are we doing here? 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 So, first things first. First things first. I want to now talk about Liverpool against Everton. So, a lot of people believe that this is Everton's year. And they have started amazingly well. And I feel that they should feel confident, but not overconfident. Feel confident, but not overconfident, because Everton have not earned their right to be confident enough to have a great season. No. And this game wouldn't determine things, but psychologically, mentally, it could tell us what Everton could potentially do this season. This is a very psychological game. Everton have to win this game. If Everton draw or they lose, well, like, how does it push the needle? How does it change the affairs of things? Because again, normally, especially when they're at home, they draw. When they go to Anfield, they normally lose. When I think in the last two meetings at Goodison Park, they've drawn. So they've just been there just to sort of ruin and spoil the kind of Liverpool party. So to tell me that things have changed and this team are now going to do something new, you have to beat Liverpool at Goodison Park. Anfield, I don't think that's not happening this season. But 100% Everton have the potential. Everton can beat Liverpool at Goodison Park. Because people will say, of course they can. Look at what Aston Villa did to Liverpool. That was crazy. That's a freak result. And I think I'm one of the few people who said that result bears no meaning on how the league can go through, because very easily, come next May or June, Liverpool could be Premier League champions and be like, yeah, remember when we lost 7-2? Because 7-2 is going to remain in the history books. It will remain there in history, and it will forever be remembered. Same thing with 8-2. 8-2 will always be remembered for Barcelona, but 8-2 doesn't cloud two trebles. It doesn't. Because if you determine that, would you accept losing 8-2 if you won two trebles and 9 out of the 11 La Liga titles? I'm like, yeah, okay. Give me the 8-2 if I get those other wins. So the Villa win doesn't mean that, Everton, they can win, doesn't mean that they will win. Because that was a freak result. And Liverpool are going to have Sadio Mane back, a very key player. And I think Liverpool are going to want to react. So this is almost the worst time for Everton to face Liverpool based off what happened against Villa. Because if, let's say, Everton faced Liverpool after Liverpool played against Leeds or Chelsea, that would have actually been a good time to really catch them unawares. But now Liverpool are like, that was a wake-up call. That was like, you threw ice-cold water upon them. Unbeaten ain't going to happen. And now you now have to really focus. I'm like, okay, wow, we need a reaction. And your reaction is, who are we facing next? And what's best place to do a reaction than to your local rivals and to stop your local rivals' winning run? Because that's what Everton are on. They're top of the table winning run. This is a very psychological game. It is a very mental game. Because this is about something that happens in football a lot, which is in the inferiority complex. Everton have an inferiority complex. Because they've lost to Liverpool so many times, because it's been so long since they've beaten them, and because they've hoisted them as their big brothers and so forth, there is not that true belief that they can beat Liverpool. That belief isn't there. That belief doesn't really exist. And I think that for Everton, it has to happen at some point. Why not now? So I think from Everton's point of view, they have the tactics, they have the formation, they have everything there. They have the key instigator in James Rodriguez, who's popping up. They've got the finish and the strike in Calvert-Lewin. They have the setup is there. It's not about that. It's about this. It's about how much do they believe, which is why it is very key that James Rodriguez and an Alan are in the side, because these guys don't know the history of Everton and Liverpool. So they've not experienced losing to Liverpool several times. So they will come in with a totally new, fresh perspective that, this is just another game. Yes, it's against the best team in the league, but this is just another game. And this is just another team that we should believe to win. And I think the key thing for Everton is that Everton has to approach this as another game. Do what you do. We're here to win. And we're here just to beat this team. Where Everton lose is if they play into it's a derby, it's Liverpool, or we have to win. We've got to do something extra. No. I think if you're Ancelotti, you say to Everton that don't read social media. Don't listen to what the fans and people around Merseyside are saying. Treat this like you treated the previous game. Approach this how we've approached every other game. Don't second guess, don't tweak things. Play that way, you will cause this team issues. You will cause them problems. They will cause you problems. And they're looking to cause you problems. And it was already going to be Everton's toughest game of the season so far, but it's going to be even tougher because Liverpool want that reaction. They want that reaction from what's happening against Villa. And I do believe, because I already know right now, it's two things. Either Liverpool win or it's a draw. But the more I think about it, because I was going for a 2-2 draw. I've been going for a 2-2 draw. But because of the Aston Villa dynamic, Thiago Alcantara is going to pop off. Mane is going to pop off. I'm leaning towards a 3-2 to Liverpool. Because I think there'll be G's. I think there'll be G's in this game. I think we're going to have G's. Like, I think we can safely say that we're going to have G's in this game. You know? We will have G's. So, from Liverpool's perspective, Liverpool have to be... No. Sorry, that's the wrong word. Liverpool have to react. It's about a reaction. And I think they said that basically Klopp sent a lengthy text to... he sent a lengthy text to the team after that 7-2 shakedown. So what this is that we are here to react. And we must have a strong reaction. Because what Liverpool don't want is to lose 2 games in a row. Because then, if they lose 2 games in a row and it's to their rival, things might pop off. Because right now, I don't think there's anything. There's no crisis. There's no. For me, right now, it's just one freak game. And these things happen in football. You have that one freakish game. It is one hell of a freakish game because you consider 70s, neither of which was a penalty. And you made your boy Oluwa Barkley look like flipping Messi. So it was a freakish game, but it is what it is. It's just one game. So I always say, look, what happens in the next game? It is only a crisis. For me, a crisis is 3 games. 3 losses, we have a potential crisis. 2 losses, okay, whoa. 1 loss, it's an anomaly. So what's it go? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm a prick. So that's how that saying goes. So for Liverpool, first thing is the reaction, 100%. We've dealt with that. Second thing is this is a good Everton side, and this might be one of the better Everton sides that Liverpool have faced. Oh, see, now I'm now remembering there are no fans. And I believe that will play a factor. Because I feel if there were fans, that would be a greater advantage to Everton. Based on how Everton have been playing, if there were fans, Everton would definitely gain an extra edge with the fans behind them, knowing how they've started the season. And they would be able to feed off of that, especially like a guy like a James Rodriguez, who's South American, who knows and what a loud congregation of fans can do with the Colombians. Shout out to Colombian babes, by the way. But for Liverpool, this is one of the better Everton sides that you have faced, and they have to have a level of respect for them. Not too much respect because you are the better team, and when you're the better team, you cannot respect your inferior too much. You should show them a certain level of respect, but not too much respect, because that's how you can end up losing the game. So, from Liverpool's point of view, I believe it's going to be an exciting game. It's going to be a pretty open game. I think it's going to be quite passionate, because even if there are no fans there, the James Rodriguez, Alan, they will know what this match means. And they will know that this is a derby game. And they also know that you're facing the best team in the league. And I think what every team wants, especially a team who may be trying to say what's up, is we want to be tested against the best. Because I'm not even mentioning Everton. Could people say, oh, could Everton do something this season? This is going to be their test. If Liverpool baptize them and beat the crap out of them, don't talk to me about Everton doing anything this season. If Everton competes and it's a closer game and they draw or lose, I'm like, okay, let's just see what they do in the next few games. If Everton win, if Everton beats Liverpool, whatever which way it is, if they beat Liverpool, now you have my attention. You don't have my attention right now. All I'm looking with Everton is James Rodriguez is looking good. So I'm still saying for Everton, 6th, 7th, maybe, but top 4 now. It's not happening. Like, for me, they're not sniffing top 4. No way. So for Liverpool, I think they need, Mane and Thiago coming back is going to be huge, because I just think like Mane is important. There are many important players. Van Dijk is important. Salah is super important. He was the only guy that scored both goals. But there's the reason why they call him LDO. Okay, there's a reason why they call him. They don't call him LDO for nothing. Yeah. They don't call him LDO for nothing. Okay? LDO is a game changer. LDO is there to say, what's up? And you will see the difference he makes. Diego Jota is a squad player. Okay? He's not a starter. I think in that Villa game, you saw why LDO is needed in this first team. I'm not here to do a comparison. I'm not. Please. I'm not here to do a Salah LDO comparison. No. All I'm saying is LDO makes things happen and scores important goals. Salah is a goal scorer that scores a high volume of goals. You need both. You need both. You need the goal scorer and you need the clutch dude. If you only have the clutch dude, he won't even have the opportunity to be clutch without the multitude of goals that the goal scorer brings. If all you have is a goal scorer, you won't be winning those games without the guy coming in clutch. And say what's up. Because again, Salah, because he's an amazing goal scorer, he was the only guy that scored the goals for Liverpool. But what did those goals do? He didn't change the course of anything. But Sadio Mane is the kind of guy where he'll score the first goal, or he'll score the equalizer, or he'll score the goal to change the course of the game. Yeah? Because he realized, okay, we need a goal now. I'll find a way to score this goal now. So he's not really there to start part, he's there just to score meaningful goals. Because I always say that it's not how many you score, it's when you score. It's when you score. So I definitely want to see, you see, for me, this is another great test for James Rodriguez, because I told you I'm obsessed with degree of difficulty. Who have Everton faced? The toughest team that they've faced is Tottenham. And that's the first day of the season where guys are still trying to find their way. So, because I have always had great belief in James Rodriguez, always had great belief in him. And I always said he was played out of position, and I don't think that he was appreciated or loved as much. I think the only guy that tried to understand him, put their arm around him, and really fit him into the team was your boy Ancelotti. So it is so good that Ancelotti found him, has now brought him back, and is now balling for Everton. But this is how I see it going, and then I'll probably take some of your questions. This is how I see it going. I believe this might be a coming back down to reality for Everton. I believe Liverpool win this game. I'm not going to say that they're going to destroy Everton, because this is a good Everton side. And I think that over the past few years, the games are becoming closer and closer and closer. Like when Origi scored in the last minute, that was like the last kick of the game. The games are coming closer. And for me, I've always wanted this rivalry to be a lot closer, which is why I want Everton to get that win. I want them to get that win because I think that, what makes an interesting rivalry is that win. He wins, he wins, he wins, he wins, he wins. I can't call it a rivalry because one dude is just beating up on the other dude. Which is why the Milan derby is so amazing, that even if AC Milan have been struggling, how many times has it been 2-2, 1-1, 2-2? Which is why that Milan derby, we want to preach about that as well, because that's going to pop off. So, but I feel this is Everton going to be brought back down to earth, because Liverpool are going to react. And they're going to have a very strong reaction, and they're going to take this game extremely seriously. Very seriously indeed. And I feel, just like most games, it will be close-ish. But the difference will be Liverpool have those snipers and sharp shooters where when it comes down to it, they'll put the ball in the net. So when Salah gets a chance, El Dio gets a chance, or it's a set piece, and Van Dijk says what's up, Liverpool will execute. They'll make it happen. They will get it done. And I don't think Everton will be able to get it done to the same degree that Liverpool will. So hence why I feel that Everton will get G's. Everton will get G's, because I think that Liverpool defense is looking shaky. And I feel like Ancelotti, if they've done their homework, how they looked against Leeds, how they looked against Chelsea before Christensen got sent off, how they looked against Villa, this defense can be got. If they do what they do, and James Rodriguez is leading the line, they can get G's. But Liverpool, I just feel that I don't think Everton have an answer for the La and El Dio smoke. I think they have an answer for the La and El Dio. That El Dio La smoke is real. It's real. It's real. So I'm riding with a 3-2 Liverpool. I think hopefully we get a game that pops off. Hopefully we get a game that pops, because I think that it is so great that Everton have started this well. And I want Everton to bring their A game. I want Everton to bring their A game and really compete against Liverpool. And I wanted to see Liverpool really push to the boundary. Because again, as I said, it's not happening. I don't see a scenario where Liverpool lose twice. Now, it could very easily be a draw, and I began with a draw, but I'm going to stick with a 2-2. I'm going to stick with a 2-2. I think that's how it's going to roll, and I believe El Dio is going to ride. I think El Dio is going to say what's up. El Dio is going to say what's up. El Dio is going to ride and say what's up, and I think he's going to show why people need to put some respect on his name and understand the importance he has to this team. He's not the most important player. I'm not saying he's the best. He's one of Liverpool's best players, but I think people have recognized that, but I think people will re-recognize that. Let's give this guy his due. Let's give this guy his due and respect what El Dio does for this team. So, Everton, you're going to be brought back down to earth. You're going to hold your first L. You're going to hold your first L. You're going to hold it 1-3, because I feel Liverpool are going to react and say what's up. But Everton, if you somehow win this, which I don't think you will. I don't think you will, because I don't think you guys are ready. But if you do win, well. All right, let's see what you guys are saying, guys. Let's see what you guys are saying. And then we'll do some but Red Devil, that goes to my point.